Hi, I'm Ray, G4NSJ, and this, look at this, I just got this. It's a Dictograph, okay, Dictograph HL-10. It's an 8-key console system made by Dictograph Telephones, Croydon, England. Croydon's just up the road, what, 40 miles up the road? 35, 40 miles. What it is, basically, is it's an intercom. They call it an internal telephone system, but it's an intercom. So what you do is you lift that. I want typists, right? Typists. Put that key down. There's the ringer. Brr, brr. All right. Have a chat to typists. Get that sorted out. When you hang up, that key comes back up, and you're back to there. Now the funny thing is, there was only one bulb in here. I thought all these would have different bulbs. You've got typist, inspection, motor, typist 2, engineering, manager, claims, superintendent, canteen, reception. So basically it's an intercom system. Look at this wire. This is what was with it. 40-way cable. That was sticking out the back. Someone sawed it off. I say saw. I doubt you'd cut that. 40-way cable. Imagine installing this in an office block or wherever engineering works. You've got to run that huge cable all around the place. Apparently, one station was a base station. That'd probably be in the boss's office. That's a base station. Then you could, all these go via the base station. So all the 40-way wire would go to the base station. But it's rather nice. So there was only one bulb. I thought these would all light up. I've got to straighten some of these. They've got a bit crooked. So what I've done, I've just put a couple of MES bulbs in the bottom there, just to light it up a little bit, just so it looks good, you know. So there was only one bulb in there, but only one bulb holder. I thought there'd be a load. That's a bit odd, that, isn't it? I thought each one would light up as you press the key. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got 14 different stations like this, and then the master. When it says ring, there's a couple of little buzzers in the back. They're not bells, just buzzers. It's been in the damp. There's a little bit of rust here and there inside. Have a look at these inside pictures, look, just to show you what's what in there. There's the terminal strip where all those wires connect to. I've taken it all off, of course, because I won't be using it as an intercom. I would need the base station and various other stations. But isn't that amazing, though? All that wiring. Imagine putting all that wiring in. There's all the bits and pieces inside, all the keys, all the various stuff in there. Quite nicely made. Well, it's, as I say, up the road, not far from London, Croydon, just up the road. So it's a good old British thing, English, don't you know. It's 1963. There's a date there. Is that June 1960? Was it 3? It said, I can't remember. 1963. So that's nice to have a date inside, isn't it? I like to have the age of certain things so you know where you are when it was made. The wood, actually the wooden cabinet appears to be, I don't know, it's not wood, it's not veneer, I don't know what it is, some kind of modern 60s type thing. And a little label on the front, Dictograph. So what do you think of that? What are you going to do with it, you're asking? I don't know. I bought it because it's nice and it was cheap, very cheap. On the back, I'll show you what I've done. I've chucked a power supply on the back. Okay, 12-volt power supply to supply the little bulbs inside. So this just plugs into the wall socket. The reason I need a power supply, right, isn't just for these lights on the front. This is a power supply in disguise because my slave clock, the 70A, you can see there, that's all done, that's all working beautifully, wired up in the dining room. That I want to put a little, I've got these little MES bulb holders, okay, I want to put one of those in the top just to light up the kind of inner workings, because it's brass behind the glass, it's all brass work, it's beautiful and it clonks, there's a little solenoid, so I want it on show basically. So that's going to go in the top, and this will be down in the dining room somewhere next to it or wherever. So this will supply the 12 volts to the bulbs, okay, or the bulb in there. I might put 2 in there, depends. Then my other clock here, the pendulum swinging, all the stuff it lights it all up, and it's beautiful brass work again. So this will be down there, and this is a power supply in disguise. I was hoping there'd be room inside the box to stick that power supply, but there isn't, so I put it on the back. So that's what it's all about. I mean, obviously this will never work. I can't, unfortunately, I can't unscrew that in there, you know, the diaphragm, metal diaphragm, bit of rust. This won't unscrew. That one I think might do. It's a nice handset. There's a little bit of chipping around there. Says on it, what's that say on it? Dictograph Telephone Systems. I'd never heard of them. You'd think in the 60s, you know, I was working in the radio and TV workshop. They're only up the road in Croydon. You think I would have heard of them. Of course, all this was replaced, all this business, in the end, with just 2-core wire, just 2 cable, you know, 2 conductors, joining up everything, going to the master, instead of 40 odd wires like that. So, but yeah, that's the idea. It's a power supply in disguise, but also in keeping. Okay, it's not 1940s. There are earlier models which I would have liked. It's not in keep. I'm digging now, but it's vintage. Is it vintage 63? Well, kind of almost, isn't it? It would be interesting, wouldn't it, to hear what conversations went on. You know, perhaps the manager had this and is on to the typist department. That content, that sheet you sent me is full of mistakes. Do it again. Would be interesting. Of course, then, yes, they went on to the 2-wire system. In the radio and TV workshop where I was, a lot of different departments, and we all had an intercom. But it was only a bit of twin, you know, like a bell wire. I've got a reel of bell wire down there. Not 40-way cable. Imagine wiring that up to a load of different units. Then, of course, we went to 446. Do you know, a friend of mine had a workshop down the garden, and he said, why don't you get an intercom to the house? And I said, well, no, I've got this, 446, you know. Anyone's at the front door, wife answers the front door, she gets on here. Someone to see you, pretend I'm out, tell them I'm not here. So now we've got this, which is amazing. Actually, he was a funny chap, he's passed away now. He couldn't stand 446 for some reason, he had a thing against it. I said, what if I've nipped round the local shop? You know, wife can still get hold of me on this. Can't take an intercom with me. Anyway, that's another story, isn't it? So that's it. That's now ready to go into the lounge. I'm really pleased with that. I would like, what I really want is a, what is it? Strowger? Is that how you pronounce it? The Strowger. There's a motor thing, isn't there? A motor with whatever on it, and it supplies. Do you remember the old dialing tone? The kind of, I can't do it. Well, more like a purring sound. These days it's a brrr, isn't it? The old dialing tone came from one of those, I think it was a Strowger motorised unit, which also did the ringer. There's like a cam. I'm totally blind now. Again, blind leading the blind. I think there's a cam. So our system here in the UK, unlike America, your phones just go, don't they? Ring, then wait. Ours go ring, 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 ring. And I think that was worked by contacts and cams on this motor unit. But it also supplied, now am I right? Someone's going to tell me, aren't they? 16 cycles, listen to me show my 16 hertz. That was the kind of dialing tone sound. It was a 16 hertz AC sort of ripple, if you like. Is that right? Jonathan, if you're watching, you know, don't you? Got your own telephone exchange at home. Fantastic. So I wouldn't mind one of those motor units, you know. That would just be amazing. Anyway, right, is there anything else I can tell you about this? I'll just check my notes. If you've watched a few of my videos, you've probably gathered by now I like this old stuff, especially 1940s. I do like 1940s stuff. There's our candlestick telephone. I think that's 30s actually, that one. See the bell box on the wall? Doesn't work. I don't want it working, but there's the bell box on the wall. The grandmother clock, that's not old. It's wind up thing. It's not old though. I don't know how old it is. Then there's the round echo radio there, the A22, long, medium and shortwave. That's the only round echo with shortwave on it. And an old barometer there. It's just lovely. Oh, also, I've got to show you the bell box, the servant's bell box there. That's, I don't know when that's from, 20s, 30s, maybe 40s. I was going to wire the bell box up, so there's a bell or something, a push button thing in every room of the house. But the wiring, I couldn't hide it all. You know, we don't really want it all around the walls, but that would have been quite good. I could have one in here, press my button here, and the maid would come up. Can I help you? Yes, sir. Yes, Lord, whoever. Tea, please, and digestive biscuits. Happy day. Those were the days. Imagine that. Lazing around in your armchair by the fire, you just press the button. Maid comes in. I want tea now. I know what the maid would say to me. Happy days indeed. Right, so there we are. I think that's it. Not much more to say, is there? Look out for the next video. Oh, go to the website. Don't forget the website, G4NSJ.co.uk. Have a look at the website. All this stuff's there. Loads more videos and all sorts of, loads of, I don't know, about clocks, Lister D petrol engine, the stationary engine, an Atco lawnmower. Mainly amateur radio stuff, though. That's what it's all about, amateur radio stuff. This is my sort of receiving section here, the old HRO R209 reception set, CR100, Yaesu FRG7, the old Sailor receiver there, HF1 fit. Anyway, I'm going on. You'll be here all day at this rate. Thanks for watching. Have a look at the website and look out for the next video. 7.3 from the south coast of England. Bye bye.